Okay, so I'm not sure exactly why I wanted to make a video. I guess partially because it's like the new year, and I have just been sort of like looking back at some stuff from the year, and I remember I made a video like maybe a month ago, and it was all about the fact that I was going to start making videos again, and then I didn't. I haven't made one since. So it was time. But I just switched over and it's a complicated, I'm not going to get into it, but I have this other YouTube account that I only have one video on that was like an exam for an American Sign Language class. And I just watched it where I'm signing kind of poorly. So looking at that happened sort of at the very end of the really shitty abusive relationship that I got out of just over a year ago. And so it was either like right towards the end of the relationship or when we had broken up, but we're still living together because it's in our old apartment. And you can hear her talking on the phone in the background and see her walk by. And it was weird because looking at that, I don't think of myself as being like super vain or into myself or whatever, but I looked at it and I kept thinking, God, I got way hotter in the last year. Which that being depressed, being in a shitty situation, being stuck can sometimes make you really unattractive, especially if you just are too depressed to care. And sometimes getting out of that situation and being liberated can make you suddenly get hot. So, yeah, but like weird things like I had facial hair like I have now, and it's still, I'm not gonna, whatever, it's still a little weird and spotty, and there's spots that it doesn't grow, and I don't like that. And sometimes I think I should just get rid of it. But see, like it doesn't grow in the middle right there. But sometimes if I, but it was weird because it was just a year ago, but I didn't have, it was like weird and patchy, like there was a little bit here and here and here and here, and it was weird. I didn't have sideburns at all. So that was crazy because it's weird that I've been on testosterone almost 5 years. At that point it had been almost 4 years. I feel like a lot of the stuff that should have happened a long time ago took a while. My voice, I think part of my voice is that I'm just super gay, and I talk super gay. Yeah, like, oh yeah. So I've got 2 jobs that I love, and I don't feel like I'm at work when I'm at them. And I am doing really well in my school. I just finished my 2nd term of grad school, and I still have a 4.0. That was not the case in my undergrad, and definitely not the case in high school. Yeah, I'm like doing all this professional development stuff and having all these relationships, not having relationships, building relationships with other people, other librarians, and like I just am very happy, and my life is going where I want it to be. I'm going to this librarian conference in Toronto in like just over a month that I'm super excited about. like almost exactly a month, man. And it's amazing what like being happy will do to make someone hotter. So there's that. And I don't mean that in like a vain way. It's just like it feels really good to be out of this shitty situation and like making things better for myself. I'm in grad school. I've got 2 jobs that I fucking love. That I go to work and I don't want to go home. I stayed at work an extra hour today after it ended, and I wasn't even working because well, that's not an everyday thing. A friend was there on desk with me, so I was talking to him, but I do often, like, I'll look at the clock and be like, God, I was supposed to go home like 20 minutes ago, and I've just been sitting here happily working. And my new teacup that I got from my grandma for Christmas, the monkey on it. Very excited about it because it has one of these and a lid, so I can have loose tea, which is so much better than, you know, whatever. So, oh, maybe you can hear it. I think I was listening, this is embarrassing, to the same thing last time I made a video, but I'm listening to the Mountain Goats, who are actually, that's pretty much all I've listened to all year. Part of that is because I love the Mountain Goats. I've always loved Morrissey ever since I was in like 9th grade and I was listening to The Cure because I was really into The Cure, and the bully in my school comes up to me and goes, "The Smiths are better than The Cure," and I felt really embarrassed that I didn't even know who the Smiths were. And so then I went out and I got a Smith CD and I listened to it all the time. And then I just was listening to it in my metalsmithing class one day, and this kid, Greg, who was really cool, he was very goth, which I was very into. But he still is. He's like sincerely goth and just not in a like trying to be cool or trying to whatever. He was just like he was very genuine. And I thought he was cool because he was senior and I was freshman. And he goes up to the CD player and he goes, "Morrissey is God." And then I was like, Morrissey. And then I was like, oh yeah, Morrissey from the Smiths. So then I started listening to Morrissey. And ever since then, I kind of just always listened. Yeah, like Morrissey I listened to when I was happy, when I was sad, when I was confused. That's just been, yeah, like the music, like it sounds cheesy or dumb, but like I've never listened to something that I just like connected with and felt like, I don't know, like I was in touch with my emotions. So I've always loved Morrissey, and like not the person, just his music. But so then this past year, like when I was going through my breakup, like just like moving out, I was like sitting in a coffee shop and this like Mountain Goat song came on and I hadn't heard them in a million years, and it just like resonated. It was No Children, which of course like resonated because it's kind of it's about a breakup or a horrible relationship and whatever. Like it came on and it just clicked, and I started listening to them, and that became like what I listened to like this past year. But the other reason that I've been listening to the Mountain Goats a lot, other than the fact that why would I want to listen to anything else, is that like when my ex and I broke up, I had all my CDs in like the CD case, and then I had them all on my computer that I'd had for like a long time, but it still was totally functioning. And I had like all the good ones on my iPod. And so she wiped out all the music on my iPod because she wanted to listen to this podcast. And I said she could because it was all on my computer and I had like them in CD cases, most of it. And that was like maybe a week before we split up. And I hadn't put it back on yet. And she got mad at me and she took my computer and she threw it across the room. And so then, like, I don't know if I still have it. So then that was destroyed. And then she took the CD case that we had her CDs were in there too. And she took out the CDs that were mine, which actually didn't necessarily mean the CDs that were mine. It meant that all the CDs that she didn't want. So anything that was mine that was like that she wanted, she took. But so she took out my CDs and put them in like a paper bag. And I think there was some sand in there. So they all kind of got ruined. They're all kind of like that. And like the ones that didn't get destroyed, the ones that survived, are the ones that I'm like embarrassed to own. Like Bitch and Animal, which I got before I like met Bitch and realized that she was a horrible, horrible human being. And decided that I wouldn't even use bitch as an insult anymore because no one deserves to be compared to that. God, this is getting long, and I'm gonna have to edit it down. But I don't like editing down. I just like to listen to myself talk. So I don't listen to music because all of my music is gone. And then the reason I really wanted to listen to the Breeders, because they're, you know, one of the other like few bands that I like connect with and like I just like experience emotion, which sometimes I don't experience emotion, but when I'm listening to Morrissey, the Mountain Goats, and the Breeders, totally do it. I want to listen to the Breeders, and that's one of the CDs that was either not given back or damaged or something. So that's why I started thinking about that. But because then I got a new computer because I had to, because mine was smashed. But there's like no music on it, and sometimes I listen to music while I study, but it's like the same thing over and over again because I don't have much on here. So I was thinking that I was going to get CDs that I used to own but got wrecked from the library and put them on my computer. But then there's part of me that feels like maybe that's not good, because maybe it's not stealing because I'm giving it back, but like I don't know, like why would you steal from the library when it's yours to use whenever you want and then give back? But so is checking CDs out from the library and then putting them on my computer and giving them back, especially if they're CDs that I did used to own, is that bad? Anyway, this video is getting really long. Sorry about the bad lighting. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.